Good morning. Welcome back to our daily message today. Let's get ready by singing our listening rule song. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, body calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen at group time. At group time. All right, put those attentoscopes on. Focus your attention on our daily message and tell somebody something you know about the message. Did you say the first word is missing? We're not just missing a letter, we're missing an entire word. There's our sight word and. So when we get to this word, you can read the word and. Oh, we're missing an punctuation mark. Look here, I-S, I-S. They're exactly the same. So this says the same word, and you read it, is. And this sight word is the. So when you see T-H-E together, you could read the. And we have 2 question marks. And our letter this week, W. Let's find out how many W's we have. We have 1 lowercase w, so let me see 1 finger. Does your finger look like that? All right, now how about uppercase W's? We have 1, 2, 3. 3 uppercase W's. Can you show me 3 on your hands? 3. So let's go ahead and put them on our 10 frame. So we're going to start with the 1 lowercase. Look at that, 1. And we have 1, 2, 3, 3 uppercase W's. So we're going to add 3 more, and then we want to see how many W's we have all together. We have 1 lowercase, 3 uppercase. So if we wanted to write a number sentence, we would say 1 plus 1, 2, 3. 3 equals how many W's all together? Did you say 4? This is how you write the number 4. Let's see if we are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are right. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Now let's fill in our sentence and we can read it together. What do we usually say? Blank morning, friends and families. We usually say good. G-O-O-D. Good morning, friends and families. So I need an exclamation point. Good morning, friends and families. I hope you're doing great today. Today is Wonderful Wednesday. What is the title of your favorite book? What is the title of your favorite book? Do you remember? One of my favorite books that I have here is called Giraffes Can't Dance. This is the title on the front cover. Giraffes Can't Dance. What is the title of one of your favorite books? And here's the second question. Why do you like that book? What is it about the book that you like? Do you like how it ends? Do you have a favorite character? Do you like how they solve the problem in the story or the setting where the story takes place? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have an activity called Book in a Bottle. Book in a Bottle. And that comes from our literacy choice board. choice number 3 for weeks 7 and 8. So I'm going to show you how we can do book in a bottle. And first I'm going to read this book, Giraffes Can't Dance. Written, the author is Giles and Andrade, and illustrated by Guy Parker Reese. Okay, let's begin by singing, read, read, read a book. We are getting smart. Here are pictures, take a look. Here are words, let's start. The author writes the words. The author writes the words. The illustrator draws the pictures. The author writes the words. Giraffes Can't Dance. Here's our title page. Oh, that's not a giraffe. Chimpanzees, right? They're cute. Giraffes can't dance, and these are called warthogs. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Oh, did you hear those rhyming words? Trees, knees. So this book has rhyme in it. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. See, they have a sign right here. It says jungle dance. Did you hear that? Sad, bad. The warthogs started waltzing. The rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. 2, 4, 6, 8. Can you count by twos? Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Oh, look at Gerald's face. Do you see all of the jungle animals are pointing and looking at Gerald, and they called him weird. How do you think Gerald feels right now? Has anyone ever laughed at you? Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and all alone. Do you ever feel alone? Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed the cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. See him here? But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. And it's okay for us to be different, right? Wouldn't it be a boring world if we were all exactly the same? Oh, look at Gerald now. He doesn't look like he's feeling lonely. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. You see the cricket whispering in his ear? So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. It seems like he quieted his body. Doesn't he look calm and quiet? And he can focus his attention and listen to the sounds around him in the jungle. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. His eyes are still closed, but I see his ears are up. So he's listening to the music of the jungle and moving his body to what he feels inside. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing. I'm dancing, Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." Look now, they're not laughing at him. It says they are entranced. What do you think that means? If they are entranced, they watched him quite entranced. They are focused on him. They are amazed at how wonderful of a dancer he is. How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. They're even throwing flowers. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. Bump, ba-da-dum, bump, bump, bump. Wow, so this is one of Miss Karen's favorite books. And the second question is, why do you like that book? So I like this book because it brings a lot of feeling. And sometimes I feel like we do feel lonely, or we do feel like we can't do something very well. But if we try and we can do it a different way, we can feel proud of ourselves, right? And it doesn't really matter what other people think as long as we try our best. All right, so that is my book, and you're going to see if you have a favorite book at home for Book in a Bottle. So this is how Book in a Bottle works. You're going to grab something that you can put the pictures of the main character in. So in this book, the main character is Gerald. The book was about Gerald. So I drew a picture of Gerald. Now I can make my picture big, or I could make my picture small and cut it out. Depends on what I want to put it in. So I have my main character is Gerald. Then it says the setting. So where did this book take place? Remember where it took place? This book took place in a jungle. So I drew a picture of the setting, which is a jungle. Then it says, what is the problem in the book? And what is the solution? So the problem is look at Gerald. He was trying to dance and everybody was laughing at him and he felt sad and lonely. But the solution was that he went off by himself and he listened to the cricket's advice and he calmed his body and he listened to the music of the jungle, right? And then he was able to feel better about himself and he tried again. So I can put all of these pieces, the character, the setting, and the problem and solution in something to tell a story. So if I pick something tiny, if I do tiny pictures, right, I could put it in a drinking bottle, or I could put it in a canister, something with a lid. This could be my story jar, or this could be my story container, or I can have a book in a box. I could have a book in a bottle. I could have a book in a bag. So Miss Karen is going to choose this bag, the lunch bag. And I'm going to put my book in here. And here's the title, Giraffes Can't Dance. The author is Giles Andrade and the illustrator is Guy Parker Rees. So I am going to put my main character, Gerald, in here. And I'm going to put the setting, the jungle. And then I'm going to put my problem and solution in the bag. All right. And now I am ready to tell my story with my book in a bag. So you can tell your favorite story without the book. I can just use these pictures and tell them the story about Gerald the giraffe. Okay, so this is choice board for week 7 and 8, literacy number 3, book in a bottle. Have fun. Can't wait to see your pictures and maybe hear your stories. Have a great day.